Yes, the title is not a clickbait. You are as hypocritical when it comes to issues of climate change as you think billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates are. And I want to talk to you because I want to try to prove to you and let you see that your actions prove that you are that way. I'm going to read something to you that will kickstart our discussion. I've got a few notes here. CBS News writes, Bill Gates says flying on a private jet doesn't make him part of the problem because he invests billions into fighting climate change. So that's just one of the headlines. But if you read in CNBC, if you read in Yahoo News, you find that there are similar headlines that are written against billionaires using their private jets. What is worrying to me is that ordinary citizens have also joined in. You could read the comment sections and you could see many of them vilifying these billionaires. It appears like it has become fashionable for people in the media and has become fashionable for ordinary people to vilify billionaires and play holier than thou. But I want to remind you that the world doesn't work like that. As we are transitioning into cleaner energy, into cleaner living, not all of us are going to pay the same price. That's a myth. Some people will pay more, others will pay less. It's just how the world works. And I want to give you a few examples to prove my point. If this year you have taken a flight, just know that you are in the 10% of the people in the world that have taken the flight. That means 90% of the people have not taken a flight. And it is generally accepted that when you take the flight, you exponentially increase your carbon footprint. So, what I'm saying is, young men in rural Nigeria or Indonesia are going to be affected by your decision to take a flight because you have increased your carbon footprint. Now you say, no, Stephen, you can't say that. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, they have an option. They could take coach. I don't have an option. No, you actually have an option. You could take a train. Today, you can take a train from Miami, Florida to Seattle, Washington. There's a catch though. It's going to take you 4 days. And most people, most ordinary people who are vilifying billionaires don't want to do that because it is inconvenient, because it is uncomfortable. And I can give you another example. Think about governments in the global south today. Some of them have discovered oil. Are we going to support them to exploit those resources? No, we are not going to do that. Why? Because we are saying this is a collective effort. Let everyone come in, let everyone put our hands together to deal with the climate crisis that we are facing today. And those governments have not refused. Most of them, as I'm speaking today, are signatories to global initiatives that are trying to reduce our carbon footprint. But I want also to remind you, do you realize that the global north today is enjoying prosperity that was fueled by the pollution that we are trying to reverse today? So my point here is this. Countries in the global south are going to pay a price for something that they themselves did not contribute much to, as much as we in the West did. But they are doing it because they understand that this is a collective effort. So, am I saying that billionaires have a free pass? They can pollute the environment and nothing should happen to them? Not at all. These billionaires must take responsibility. They must do something to reduce their carbon footprint. Whether that will be taking fewer trips than they usually do in a given year, or whatever they can do to reduce their carbon footprint, I think they should take that responsibility. But for you, I want you to know that if you are vilifying these billionaires, you are as hypocritical as they are. So, what's my recommendation? Try to do your best that you can to help mitigate the issues of climate change without being too judgmental and being wholly overmatched.